I guess you're seeking leave. I call the member for Fraser.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise to pay tribute to Jeames Savoulidas, known as Gentleman Jim, who passed away on the 20th of December last year at the age of 93. Gentleman Jim was Canberra's pizza pioneer. He was born in Greece, grew up during the Great Depression, and was sent to Australia in 1938 by parents who wanted a better life for him. In 1959 he settled here in Canberra and opened a number of businesses, including the Mondial nightclub in East Row. He helped many Greek families who'd migrated from Australia to get established in Canberra. In 1971 he established the Plaka restaurant in Mawson, where Prime Minister Gough Whitlam was a regular patron. As I noted in my first speech to this place, it was Jeames Savoulidas who taught Gough Whitlam to dance the Zorba. He was painted by local artist Peter Engel, a painting which hangs proudly in my local cafe in Hackett, Wilbur's. It is Wilbur's that is one of the many fine dining establishments that have been set up by Jeames Savoulidas' sons, who've followed him into the business. To bring pizza to Canberra in the 1960s was tougher than it is today. This was a more white-bread city, one which lacked the cultural diversity that we now appreciate. So Jeames Savoulidas was an innovator and he was a risk-taker. He had a great entrepreneurial spirit, and the wishes that his parents had for him when they sent him to Australia from Greece at the age of just 18 were, I think, greatly fulfilled. His son, Stephen Savoulidas, wrote to me after telling me that I didn't need to speak about his father at all in Parliament. He said he had a long and great life, of which 3/4 of a century was here in Oz. He always told us the best thing his parents did for him was to send him to Australia. He said, if you put in the effort, respect people, have respect for yourself, you will get everything you ever need from Australia. He loved it here. We were lucky to have him and call him our father. And Jeames Savoulidas, with his passing, we lose the second of two great Canberra culinary pioneers, the other being Augustin Gus Petersilka, who passed away in 1994. They were, for a period, both in Garema Arcade, Mr Savoulidas on the Garema Place side, Gus on Bunda Street. Gus, while Jeames Savoulidas fought for pizza and the Zorba, Gus was fighting for open-air dining. It was Gus who engaged in legendary battles with local Canberra bureaucrats over the right to put tables on the footpath. They thought footpaths were for walking. He felt that it added to the character of the place to have outdoor eating. And history, I think, has proven Gus right. He petitioned the Queen. It's said that he was willing to go to jail for his right to have tables on the footpaths. But eventually he was made Canberran of the Year in 1978, and so many Canberrans know him through Gus's cafe there in Garema Place. Gus himself said in a newspaper interview in the Canberra Times, I had a fair go, he said. And he said to the Viennese, homes are only to sleep. The coffee house is their home away from home. And it's a recognition that so much of the social capital in Canberra, which is indeed the nation's social capital, occurs in our cafes and restaurants, that a vibrant cafe and restaurant scene isn't just a matter of increasing our total GDP, it's about improving the social connectedness of Canberra. And having great restaurateurs and great local establishments has made Canberra a so much more exciting city in which to live. We are greatly in the debt of Gus and greatly in the debt of the late Jeames Savoulidas. My condolences go to Mr Savoulidas' husband, Helen, his sons, Stephen, Nassie and Andrew, their partners, Vicky, Geraldine and Sherry, and his grandchildren, James, Eleni, Crystal, Dimitri, Cassia and Jasmine. Rest in peace, Jeames Savoulidas.
The question is the House to now adjourn.